Do you sit through meetings and it's a discussion, or maybe it's even complaining with no action, no result? That's how I felt historical meetings were prior to EOS, prior to understanding and learning this whole issue solving track, which is a super powerful, even if you're not running on EOS, I think this is applicable if you are running on EOS. To me, always refining and getting better. I sit through a variety of level 10 meetings and feel like we can always do better. In fact, I just had quarterly this week, and we were all over the place at times. And so I think there's some real value to this discussion. So really to start, the whole topic or issue solving is, we call it IDSing. But the issue part, I don't love issues. I like to call them items. Issues to me connotes kind of negativity, but to me there's kind of three types. So it's a true problem that needs to be solved when you're going into a meeting or a conversation. If you think about it like this, it's a true problem that needs to be solved. 2, information that needs to be communicated or agreed to. Or 3, an idea or an opportunity that needs to be brainstormed. So that's really the I in the IDS. So identifying the issue, item, topic, opportunity, all of those things. So if this is the process, step 1 is to identify clearly. Everyone knows what really is. State it clearly in the identifying process. Then to discuss, and not just me to maybe pitch the idea, pitch the opportunity, but it's back and forth discussion. Maybe even inserting some healthy conflict and really prodding why, understanding in this discussion. And then the third step is solving. And so really, if there's not a task or a to-do that comes out of it, it's a discussion without a solve. And that's really what makes meetings feel more fruitful, is when you've discussed or you've identified what the issue is or what the opportunity is. You've discussed it exhaustively, and then you've solved it. What's next? What now? And then so you can come back to the next meeting as these things were done, were solved, were completed. Now we're moving ahead. Hopefully that all makes sense. I love this. This comes from the book Traction. I'm not going to read all of it, but this 10 Commandments of issue solving is really important to, I think, better meetings. For me, it's really frustrating to have what I'm calling a therapy session in a meeting where you're just venting. And sometimes that's necessary. But especially when you have a leadership team at the table, decision makers at the table, I certainly feel that a meeting is more productive when solutions come out of that meeting, decisions are made, and to-dos are created. So take this in whatever direction you'd like. Maybe have a discussion with your partners, leadership team, those you have a regular meeting with, and say, what can we do better to be more productive in our IDSing part of the meeting, or the topics, however you run through topics, if you're not running on EOS, to work through these topics to identify, discuss, and solve. Have an awesome week. Thanks.